Spin Firearms here, and today we're going to compare the Springfield Armory Hellcat to the Mossberg MC2SC, both optics ready, and once again, both are clear. We'll start with the Springfield Armory Hellcat. This is a 3-inch barrel and holds 11 with a flush magazine. It also comes with a 13-round magazine or a 15-round magazine, and you can also buy all of them aftermarket pretty easily. So since it is clear, we'll start with the trigger pull. It's a pretty flat trigger. Has very little take up on that first shot. And the reset is great, and it is audible. It has a great defensive trigger on it. It also, right out of the box, comes with great sights. Sights that would cost about $75 to put on a different firearm that doesn't come with that, which many don't come out of the factory looking like that. It is pretty snappy because all Micro 9s are pretty snappy, and it also is the smallest firearm with the largest capacity. Now we'll talk about the Mossberg MC2SC. Like I said, it's clear, so we'll go ahead and talk about the trigger right away. The trigger is a flat face trigger, barely any creep or take up. Very nice trigger pull. I mean, it's lighter than the Springfield Armory Hellcat, and it just feels natural. It is a great feeling trigger pull, and I mean, to be honest, they did a great job with this firearm. The grip is amazing. I just added a little bit of Talon tape right there because I like that on my firearms, but other than that, I think they should have put this everywhere. One thing that's cool about this firearm that you don't see on a lot of others is the crossbolt safety right here, if you're into safeties, or they do have a safety-free model as well. It never affects me and it never gets in my way. Another thing I like are these little pads right here, because it always reminds you to keep your finger off the trigger, and fighting recoil, it works great because they're pretty deep. I like this firearm, and with the 11-round magazine, it is about the size, actually it's the exact same size as a Glock 46. And then with the 14-round magazine in it, it's the exact same size as a Glock 43X. And it holds 14+1, and you don't have to go out and buy extra magazines to make it like that, like the Glock 43X. And also on top of it, optics ready, and for about only $415. It's been completely reliable. It only has had one striker or light primer strike, and that was my fault. I put a little too much cleaning lubricant on it, and it got in the striker, so I'll chalk that up to me. When it comes to the Springfield Armory Hellcat, you're getting what you're buying. It is a small firearm, so of course it is snappy. But this is smaller than the Mossberg. I'll show you it with the 15-round magazine in it. And when I say smaller, it's smaller in the slide. The barrel and the slide. About a quarter of an inch, a little over a quarter of an inch. So nothing too major. And when it comes to width, I'll let you see the width. I would say the Mossberg is a little wider, but also the Mossberg feels better in your hand. So when it comes to this, I prefer the Mossberg. I do like a little bit longer of a slide. I think 3 inches is a little small, whereas you can still fit this in a pocket. You can still play a pocket pistol roll. The only downfall of the Mossberg MC2SC that I have noticed is the holster options. I think there's only about 3 companies out there that make holsters for them, and 2 of the companies make terrible holsters. So if anyone makes holsters out there, I recommend getting on that. You could be the first to make a good holster for this firearm, and that'd be totally awesome. I would definitely buy it from you. Whereas the Springfield Armory Hellcat, you are paying about $500 for this, so about $85 more than the Mossberg MC2SC, but you're also getting full aftermarket support. Automatically comes with nice sights, it's optic ready, and you can still flex it into a home defense roll if you really wanted to. I think it's a little snappy for that, but if this was your only option, you could, because you got the 15-round magazine, and I'm pretty sure they make a 17-round magazine now. It also has a very nice grip on it, no need for Talon tape or anything like that, and you can fight the recoil. It does have small pads, they're very small, but it is nice. Comes with front serrations, rear serrations, just like the Mossberg. Like I said, a nice trigger for a defensive firearm, not too light, also not too heavy. So honestly, I like the Mossberg just because I like the feel of it. It gives me a great feel. They've both been 100% reliable, and actually on a daily basis, I carry the Mossberg MC2SC, the Glock 26, and the Hellcat. They all go with me because they all play different roles in my life. So to be honest, if I could, I'd have both, just like I do here. But if I can only have one, I'm taking the Mossberg, and I'm taking that extra $85 that I would have spent on the Hellcat, putting it towards a nice red dot, and you have a great home defense setup, as well as carry firearm with a great trigger, is reliable, and it feels great in the hand. What more can you ask for? But once again, this is just how I feel, and I recommend that you go out there and try these out for yourself and make your own decision on what you're going to train the most with, what you're going to use the most, and what's comfortable to you. That's my take on these two firearms. Thanks.